I'm going to go over what I consider the best finish. Right? I shouldn't say that because I don't like that word, but it solves as many problems as possible. Okay? We don't want to get his hands unlocked. Unlock your hands. And then lose the arm bar. Right? Because believe it or not, there's actually a lot of things that can go wrong with it. It's a little bit like this, right? Trap my foot. This is actually a pretty good position for me because his hips aren't moving. He has no reason to move his hips. He can't move his hips, in fact, until he lets go. Once I pass, can you move? Yeah. Right? This is why in MMA, a lot of times guys like to stay in the half guard because he's locked into place. I can beat him up. The moment I pass, then you're dealing with a guy like, yes, going to his knees, wrestling, getting up, doing all this. So same thing, once that arm is free, there's actually a lot of movement I got to deal with. I got to deal with those same problems, getting the elbow to the ground, hitchhiker escape, sitting up, pushing the leg off the head, all of these things. Okay, so let's talk about the hitchhiker. If he turns his thumb this way, one, the elbow is facing that way, so I can't really break the arm. Two, as I lay back, he can roll out, keep rolling, there we go. And I lose the position. Okay. So when the thumb is pointing straight up, there's very little that needs to be done to turn it that way. Okay, so I want the thumb pointing that way. More work. When my knees are pointing straight up, you push my leg off, it's a little easier. Okay. Also, when I'm here, I don't have quite as much bridging. Okay. Now, the other thing is power. Okay. If I hold like this, can you pull your hand to your chest? No. Hand to your chest? Yeah. Okay. I go like this, pull your hand to your chest. There. So we are going to go high for the finish. Okay. But if I hold like this, can you turn your hand? Yeah. So I want to control the thumb. Either bro grip, okay, this side, or if he's got his thumb closed, I'm just going to hold the meat of the thumb. You can go this way or this way. It doesn't really matter. It does, but for now it's not going to matter. So the finish is going to be, I'm going to go here. So hold the thumb, elbow supports right behind, not down here. Hold here. So now he tries to pull his hand to his body. He tries to turn his hand. And he's like, now what I don't do is this. Okay. There's no weight there. Right. Resist. My back straightens, and I keep his hand as close to my face as possible. And it's almost like I'm doing a back dive. So resist. I'll put it all the way to the end of the lever. The moment you start crouching, besides giving him space to pull his elbow, I'm down here. I want to be up here pulling the arm back. Does it make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, so lastly, when I land, at the end, I'm going to turn this way. So I go, and I resist, and I turn this way. This does two things. See where my knee is now? Push that leg off your head. Here. Turn your thumb. You gotta do a lot more. Now I can bridge this way. Okay, so I'll turn this way.
So you're bridging your shoulders.
Yeah, so I'm not going this way, I'm going that way. So I go up, I'm switching arms this time so you guys can see. I pull my feet in and rotate. Now look at my elbows. We talked about this the other night. This is okay, but you feel the difference when I do this?
Yeah.
Versus this.
Yep.
This, I'm extending everything at the end of his wrist. I call this Dracula. Here. So we get the arm right away. Back strong, support, watch my feet pull in, and I'm here. Then I have a very powerful bridge. Okay. It's not this. Here. Certainly not this. There's going to be different grips. But for me, I want to split the middle. I want to stop his hand rotation. I want to have power. If I just do this, I have a lot of power. but I'm not controlling the hand. If I just do this, I have a lot of control, but I don't have as much power. Which again, if you're rolling with a smaller guy, it's not such a big deal. If you roll with like Jesse and some of these guys back home I roll with, you're not straightening that arm at all unless you're maximizing power. Okay, so here, I like to go this way because I'm kind of turning that way. So it's a little easier sometimes to punch that arm this way. This is really important. With my knees and my foot, I'm on the ball of my feet. I'm not like this. Curl in. All right. So let's practice that finish. All right. I want to try to get to this finishing position, if possible. Okay. So we're going to do something just to show, turn this for a little bit, to just show this concept. By the way, don't shrimp. Just as I lay back, about halfway back, I just rotate. Okay. Sometimes this arm will be here. Sometimes it'll be under. This isn't as ideal, but still, I'm just going as high as possible. I just want to have that straight support. Okay. As Dave says, V for victory. Right. So, W for win. Right. When I do this, one thing, some of you guys are having a little bit of, I won't say, you guys are doing really well, but watch. What's the difference? The feet and the arm pull. So when I do this, the joint, I've said this many times, joints are only strong in one direction at a time. So I don't want to fight 100% here. I'm pulling the joint apart this way. Makes it weaker to defend this way. So when I do this, I'm pulling my knees in tight, and look at the arm. I'm pulling the arm. Now I bridge my hips. It's here. Some of you guys aren't pulling very much on the arm. I'm trying to yank the elbow out of socket this way, and then break it the other way. Right? We're not playing badminton.